1. Yesterday morning. 2. This morning. 3. Tomorrow morning. 4. Yesterday afternoon. 5. This afternoon. 6. Tomorrow afternoon. 7. Yesterday evening. 8. This evening. 9. Tomorrow evening. 10. Last night. 11. Tonight. 12. Tomorrow night. What are they going to do? Listen to the model.
Are you going to buy a donut this morning?
No, I'm not. I bought a donut yesterday morning.
What are you going to buy?
I'm going to buy a muffin.
Do exercises 1 through 10. You will hear the correct line after you speak. 1. We'll begin.
Is Mr. Hopper going to have cake for dessert tonight?
No, he isn't. He had cake for dessert last night.
What's he going to have?
He's going to have ice cream.
2. We'll begin.
Is Valerie going to sing folk songs this evening?
No, she isn't. She sang folk songs yesterday evening.
What's she going to sing?
She's going to sing Broadway show tunes.
3. We'll begin.
Are you and your family going to go to Europe this summer?
No, we aren't. We went to Europe last summer.
Where are you going to go?
We're going to go to Hawaii.
4. We'll begin.
Is Gary going to wear his gray suit today?
No, he isn't. He wore his gray suit yesterday.
What's he going to wear?
He's going to wear his blue suit.
5. We'll begin.
Are your parents going to watch the movie on Channel 4 this Friday night?
No, they aren't. They watched the movie on Channel 4 last Friday night.
What are they going to watch?
They're going to watch the news program on Channel 7.
6. You You begin.
Is Elizabeth going to go out with Jonathan this Saturday evening?
No, she isn't. She went out with Jonathan last Saturday evening.
Who is she going to go out with?
She's going to go out with Bob.
7. You begin.
Is the chef going to make onion soup today?
No, he isn't. He made onion soup yesterday.
What's he going to make?
He's going to make pea soup.
8. You begin.
Is your sister going to take biology this semester?
No, she isn't. She took biology last semester.
What's she going to take?
She's going to take astronomy.
9. You begin.
Are you and your brother going to play cards this afternoon?
No, we aren't. We played cards yesterday afternoon.
What are you going to play?
We're going to play chess.
10. You begin.
Are you going to be Superman this Halloween?
No, I'm not. I was Superman last Halloween.
What are you going to be?
I'm going to be Batman.
Listening. Listen to the conversation and choose the answer that is true. 1.
Are you going to wear your brown suit today?
No, I don't think so. I wore my brown suit yesterday. I'm going to wear my gray suit.
2.
Let's make beef stew for dinner.
But we had that last week. Let's make spaghetti and meatballs instead.
Okay.
3.
Do you want to watch the game show on Channel 5 or the news program on Channel 9?
Let's watch the news program.
4.
What's the matter with it?
The brakes don't work, and it doesn't start very well in the morning.
5.
What are you going to do tomorrow?
I'm going to plant carrots, tomatoes, and lettuce.
6.
This computer is very powerful, but it's too expensive.
You're right.
7. Plans for the weekend. Listen.
It's Friday afternoon, and all the employees at the Liberty Insurance Company are thinking about their plans for the weekend. Milton is going to work in his garden. Diane is going to go hiking in the mountains. Carmen and Tom are going to play tennis. Jack is going to go water skiing. Kate is going to build a treehouse for her children. And Ray and his family are going to have a picnic. Unfortunately, the employees at the Liberty Insurance Company are going to be very disappointed. According to the radio, it's going to rain cats and dogs all weekend.
Will Ms. Martinez return soon? Listen to the first model.
Will Ms. Martinez return soon?
Yes, she will. She'll return in a little while.
Listen to the second model.
Will your sister return soon?
No, she won't. She won't return for a long time.
Do exercise 1 based on the first model. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin.
Will the play begin soon?
Yes, it will. It'll begin at 7:30.
Do exercise 2 based on the second model. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin.
Will the concert begin soon?
No, it won't. It won't begin until 8 o'clock.
Do exercises 3 through 8. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin. 3.
Will Ken and Kim see each other again soon?
Yes, they will. They'll see each other again this Saturday night.
4.
Will Larry and Lisa see each other again soon?
No, they won't. They won't see each other again until next year.
5.
Will the train arrive soon?
Yes, it will. It'll arrive in a few minutes.
6.
Will Flight 216 arrive soon?
No, it won't. It won't arrive for several hours.
7.
Will David get out of the hospital soon?
Yes, he will. He'll get out of the hospital in a few days.
8.
Will Ralph get out of jail soon?
No, he won't. He won't get out of jail for a few years.
Will you be home this evening? Listen to the first model.
Will you be home this evening?
Yes, I will. I'll be watching videos.
Listen to the second model.
Will Nancy be home this evening?
No, she won't. She'll be working overtime.
Do exercise 1 based on the first model. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin.
Will you be home this evening?
Yes, I will. I'll be paying bills.
Do exercise 2 based on the second model. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin.
Will Angela be home this evening?
No, she won't. She'll be shopping at the mall.
Do exercises 3 through 9. You will hear the correct line after you speak. We'll begin. 3.
Will Mr. and Mrs. Chen be home this evening?
Yes, they will. They'll be painting their kitchen.
4.
Will your sister be home this evening?
No, she won't. She'll be attending a meeting.
5.
Will you and your family be home this evening?
No, we won't. We'll be ice skating.
6.
Will Vincent be home this evening?
Yes, he will. He'll be browsing the web.
7.
Will you be home this evening?
No, I won't. I'll be doing research at the library.
8.
Will Tess be home this evening?
Yes, she will. She'll be filling out her income tax form.
9.
Will Mr. and Mrs. Silva be home this evening?
No, they won't. They'll be working out at their health club.
Could you do me a favor? Listen to the model.
Could you do me a favor? Sure. What is it? I have to fix a flat tire, and I don't have a jack. Could I possibly borrow yours?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one.
Oh. Do you know anybody who does?
Yes. You should call Joe. I'm sure he'll be happy to lend you his.
Thanks. I'll call him right away.
Do exercises 1 through 5. You will hear the correct line after you speak. 1. We'll begin.
Could you do me a favor? Sure. What is it? I have to fix my front steps, and I don't have a hammer. Could I possibly borrow yours? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one. Oh, do you know anybody who does? Yes, you should call Janet. I'm sure she'll be happy to lend you hers. Thanks. I'll call her right away.
Two. We'll begin.
Could you do me a favor?
Sure. What is it?
I have to assemble my new bookshelf, and I don't have a screwdriver. Could I possibly borrow yours?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one.
Oh, do you know anybody who does?
Yes. You should call Bruce. I'm sure he'll be happy to lend you his.
Thanks. I'll call him right away.
3. We'll begin.
Could you do me a favor? Sure. What is it? I have to write a composition, and I don't have a dictionary. Could I possibly borrow yours? I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one. Oh, do you know anybody who does? Yes. You should call Mr. and Mrs. Hill. I'm sure they'll be happy to lend you theirs. Thanks. I'll call them right away.
4. You begin.
Could you do me a favor?
Sure. What is it?
I have to adjust my satellite dish, and I don't have a ladder. Could I possibly borrow yours?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one.
Oh, do you know anybody who does?
Yes. You should call Penny. I'm sure she'll be happy to lend you hers.
Thanks. I'll call her right away.
5. You begin.
Could you do me a favor?
Sure. What is it?
I have to go to a wedding, and I don't have a tuxedo. Could I possibly borrow yours?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't have one.
Oh, do you know anybody who does?
Yes. You should call Steve. I'm sure he'll be happy to lend you his.
Thanks. I'll call him right away.
How to say it. Asking for a favor. Listen.
Could you do me a favor? Sure. What is it? Could you possibly do me a favor? Sure. What is it? Could you do a favor for me? Sure. What is it? Could I ask you a favor?
Sure. What is it?
Pronunciation. Going to. Listen, then say it.
Are you gonna buy bread today? What are you gonna eat? I'm gonna go camping.
Say it. Then listen.
Is she gonna watch TV? What's he gonna wear? They're gonna make dinner.
Ellis Island.
Ellis Island was an immigration center on an island in the harbor of New York City. Between 1892 and 1954, 12 million immigrants passed through Ellis Island. At Ellis Island, immigration officials checked immigrants' documents, gave them medical examinations, and decided if the immigrants could stay in the United States. Most immigrants came from Italy, Russia, Hungary, Austria, Austria-Hungary, Germany, England, and Ireland. More than 40% of all Americans today have a present or past relative who came through Ellis Island.
Immigration around the world. More than 145 million immigrants live outside their native countries. Immigrants move to other countries for different reasons. Some people move because of war, political or economic problems, or natural disasters such as earthquakes and floods. Some immigrants move to be with family members, to marry, or to find better living conditions. Where are immigrants moving from? And what countries are they moving to? One of the largest immigration flows is from Latin America and Asia to the United States. Another immigrant flow is from Eastern Europe, the former Soviet republics, and North Africa to Western Europe. Many immigrants also move from Africa and Asia to the Middle East. In countries such as Saudi Arabia, 90% of the total population is now foreign-born. When immigrants arrive in a new country, they often live in urban neighborhoods. As a result of immigration, many city neighborhoods change. Immigrants open new stores, restaurants, and other businesses. For example, the historic Esquilino neighborhood in Rome is now the home of a large number of Chinese immigrants. There are also many new immigrants from Albania, Moldova, Bulgaria, and Ukraine. In some schools in Athens, 50% of the children are foreign-born. Los Angeles and New York are two cities in the United States with very large immigrant populations. In Los Angeles, 37% of the population is foreign-born, and children in the public schools speak 82 different languages. In New York, 40% of the population is foreign-born, and children speak 140 different languages in the schools. Immigrant neighborhoods.
There are many interesting immigrant neighborhoods around the world. In these neighborhoods, immigrants can often speak their native languages, buy products from their countries, and eat in restaurants that serve their favorite foods. A Cuban neighborhood in Miami, Florida. Vietnamese immigrants in Sydney, Australia. Turkish immigrants in Berlin, Germany. Chinatown in Toronto, Canada. Japanese immigrants in Sao Paulo, Brazil. A Russian neighborhood in Brooklyn, New York. What are different immigrant neighborhoods you know?
Page 34. Interview. A side-by-side Gazette reporter recently visited Mr. Tran Nguyen, a Vietnamese immigrant in Australia. Mr. Nguyen lives and works in a Vietnamese and Chinese neighborhood in the suburbs of Melbourne.
When did you immigrate to Australia, and why?
Well, my brother left Vietnam in 1983 and came here to Australia. 7 years later, his wife and children joined him. I came here 3 years ago with my wife and children to be with my brother and his family.
Do you work?
Yes. I work 7 days a week in my brother's restaurant, and I go to English classes at night.
What did you do in Vietnam?
I was a teacher. I taught mathematics. I want to be a teacher here someday, but first I want to send my children to college.
What do you miss most about Vietnam?
I miss my community and my friends. In Vietnam, people took care of each other. It's not the same here. Everyone here works very hard. People are very busy. They don't have much time to spend with friends.
What do you like about your life here?
We have many opportunities. My wife and I both have good jobs, and my son and daughter will go to college someday. I think we will have a very good future here, and we're very grateful. Hi. It's Sunday night here, and I just finished my biology homework. Before I turn off my computer, I want to tell you about my weekend. It was really great. I went camping with some of my friends. We left early Saturday morning and drove to the mountains. We hiked for several hours to a beautiful lake. We went swimming, we cooked over a campfire, and we slept outside. We told stories and sang songs until after midnight. In the morning, we made a big breakfast, we swam again, and then we packed up our things, hiked back to the car, and came home. How about you? How was your weekend? Write back soon, okay?
Hi. It's Monday morning here. I'm sitting in the computer lab at my school and your message just arrived. I'm happy to hear from you again. My weekend wasn't as exciting as yours. I have final exams in all my courses this week, so I stayed home and studied all weekend. But I'm really looking forward to next weekend. Our family is going to travel to the place where my parents grew up. We're having a big family reunion on Saturday. All my relatives will be there. We don't see them very often, so it will be a very special time. I'll tell you about it when I return. Oh, here comes my teacher. I've got to go. Talk to you soon.
Listen to the messages on Dave's machine. Match the messages.
You have 5 messages. Message number 1.
Hi, Dave. It's Sarah. Thanks for the invitation, but I can't come to your party tomorrow. I'll be taking my uncle to the hospital. Maybe next time.
Message number 2.
Hello, Dave. It's Bob. I'm sorry that my wife and I won't be able to come to your party tomorrow. We'll be attending a wedding out of town. I hope it's a great party. Have fun.
Message number 3.
Dave, it's Paula. How's it going? I got your message about the party tomorrow. Unfortunately, I won't be able to go. I'll be studying all weekend. Talk to you soon.
Message number 4.
Hi, Dave. It's Joe. Thanks for the invitation to your party. I'll be visiting my parents in New York City, so I'm afraid I won't be around. I'll call you when I get back.
Message number 5.
Hello, Dave. It's Carla. Thanks for the invitation to your party. I don't have anything to do tomorrow night, so I'll definitely be there. I'm really looking forward to it. See you tomorrow.
Dear Side by Side, I have a question about tenses in English. Sometimes I hear people use the present tense when they are talking about the future. For example, I was watching a TV program in English yesterday, and I heard a man say, "I'm flying to London tomorrow. My plane leaves at 9:30. But if a man is talking about tomorrow, shouldn't he use the future tense? I think the correct way to say this is, I'm going to fly to London tomorrow. My plane will leave at 9:30. Did the man on the TV program make a mistake? Sincerely, Tense About the Future.
Dear Tense About the Future, your question is a very good one. No, the man on the TV program didn't make a mistake. We often use the present tense to talk about events in the future or about definite plans that we have. For example, you can say, "My brother's wedding is next Saturday. I'm having a party tomorrow. They're going to the beach this weekend. The plumber is coming tomorrow morning." We can also use the present tense to talk about future events that happen at a definite time or on a regular schedule. For example, you can say, "The movie begins at 7:30 tonight. The office opens tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. The train arrives at 6:15. The store closes tonight at 10 p.m. So, you don't need to be tense about the future. You can use both the present and the future tenses to talk about future time. We hope this answers your question. Thanks for your letter, and good luck with your English. Sincerely, Side by Side.
Page 36. Fun with idioms.
It's raining cats and dogs.
What's cooking?
I'm tied up right now.
I'll give you a ring tomorrow.
The English test was a piece of cake.
The English test was no picnic.